Hello and welcome. How are you doing? Next I am planning to show you that what to do if my remote control is not working and I can't open my car's doors and I need to go to drive my car. Okay, and there is situation now that if we have situation that this remote control's battery is end and it is dead, we need to take this spare part key in here. And this is inside in here, and first we need to press that arrow in here down in our nail or then in tool in that way, and then when we press that first in here, then second step is to pull out that in this way. And remember, this key don't go out if this is in like locking position. Now I can take that out, no, but when I move that arrow in here and this switch in that position, I have to keep, and then when I pull out that this key comes out, but it is a little bit stuck. It is not easy to slide, and now it's there. And then we need to go to look our car, that what we can do if this remote control is not working, and then I go to walk in my car, that can I start this my car with this key, and then we go to outside and then we continue. Hello and welcome. How are you doing, my friend? Next I am planning to show you that how to replace battery when we have that kind of remote key, and there is also this car's brand, and this is like Toyota's key, and now there is situation that this my key is not working and I can't open my car's doors. This is the issue, and normally if we have issue that suddenly we notice that when we press those buttons, even that there is can be some light. Now there is, by the way, light, but in outside there is no any lights, and if you can see that when you press that and there is no any light, then there is normally think that battery is dead in here inside in any car brand. And now I am planning to replace this battery, even that there is now then this light, but this is so weak battery, that weak and old battery, that I need to replace that. Okay, and first thing is that there is specific battery in there inside, and first hint is that we need to always purchase high quality batteries, and there is the best quality battery brand what I recommend to you. When you go to visit in like big supermarket stores like Walmart or Target or Best Buy, it's always good to go to check that I purchase Duracell battery, because this battery is, and this small animal in here, this is the best quality what I recommend. This is like Toyota quality, the same excellent quality. Do not purchase any other brands. Of course there is Sony, what is also good, but this is my choice and my recommendation. Always Duracell batteries, even that they are a little bit expensive, but they can last like 3 times more than normal cheap poor quality battery. Okay, and then back to work. And now I have to say that if you have that kind of Toyota's remote key, this job is quite difficult. Now I can say that this is the most difficult Toyota's remote key battery replace what I have ever made, and there is at least 3 things why this is so difficult. Of course, this key has been made in Japan, and this quality is outstanding, because Japanese products are made, if they are made in Japan logo, they are excellent. Always, it's my understanding. And this is made in Japan, and first when I am planning to open this key and this battery area, I need to look that area, and there is small switch in here. Look, this switch, and this is the hint in this full opening, that I need to press that this switch down at least 3 times. And this is quite hard spring, even that I have fingers, and if you have weak fingers, that you are old or woman or kid, then I recommend that you use some tool like screwdriver, because this is difficult to press down, and there is idea that when I open I need to keep that in that open position, and then when we look in here there is more arrow in here, and that means that in Japanese way that in that way. And can I maybe insert in there some, yes, I can actually insert this my tool in here, and this helps you if you have weak fingers and nails, because if you have like woman and you have big nails, you can broken your nail when you do in that way. And that's if you are woman or men who have long nails. I don't have long nails, and I also drink a lot of milk, and that my nail is very strong and I can use that way. But be carefully, if you don't drink milk, then your nail can go broken. Okay, but now I press that, and this is the first thing, and then there is trick that same time when I press that down in this way I need to pull that out in that way, like this way. And this is bad, because now I need to use 2 fingers in my thumb in here, first this arrow, and then I need to press that key out. And here is spare part key. And this is interesting, and we need that spare part maybe someday when this battery is weak and we need to go to inside in car. But now I am replacing this battery, and now this is away, but this is not the end. I need to again press that button, and then there is this interesting thing, that this cover in here, this thin part, it moves. And in that my case, there was situation that this was so old and used key that these lines and holes were full of old dirties, like trash and some sand, and I had really difficulties to open that, because now I need to do in that way, but this is stuck, and there is again idea that I need to press that opening switch down, and then I need to, when I press that down, I need to move that area in this direction, and this is difficult again if you have weak and bad fingers. Okay, but I saw that I use this my screwdriver, and I press that carefully, and be carefully that you don't hurt your fingers like that way, that you hit your sharp the screwdriver and then you have hurt in your skin. Okay, and then I press that down. This is first step, and then I need to slip and move that cover, and this can be difficult because I need to press that in down in this force and then in this direction, and then it opens. Now it looks that it's opened really easily, but this can be really stuck. Remember, really stuck. And there is this locking mechanism that in this small part, that when I move this down, then this moves. Now I have to say that now this Toyota, they have made this key too good, because this is so difficult to open. And then there we can see the maker who has made this super high quality key. The company is Tokai Rika company, Tokai Rika, and name is 100% made in Japan, and there is also serial number. And now when I have managed to take this tight cover out, I can show that again, that this dust is normally in here, and it makes that really difficult to open. That this opening, this goes so thin in here, and there are those lines and holes that it goes so smoothly, but this part can be really stuck, and now when you can see I can't insert that back because I need to again press that in here, and now it's locked. And opening this first and then in this way, and this is difficult part. Remember, but do not take stress, because if I can do that, you can also do that. Okay, and then next step. This is also critical part, because our battery is inside in that area, this cover. And then there is now 4 those small screws, what we can see in there. And now there is situation that we have to use just suitable screwdriver that we can open these screws. Because if we use, like I have here in many screwdrivers, these sides, this is too big. And how I can see that it is too big? When I insert that my screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver in here, and then when I start to rotate that screw, and then if I right away notice that this is slippery and this screw is not moving, then I have to stop my job. Because if we damage this screw, then we need to use our drill and we need to remove these, and it is big job. And that's I recommend that we go to visit in some store, like car spare parts store, or then in Apple store, because or something electric store, because I have in here this set of these screwdrivers what I use in this Apple, and now I think that where is this suitable, and now I am looking for this small Phillips head screwdriver, and is it so that there is, yes, there is only one, this one. All others were those Alley 6 corners, and they were not suitable, but one was suitable. And this is, by the way, Apple 4 battery replacement kit tools, and there is this suitable, this screwdriver, and there is there's actually some comment in here, but it is burned out, but here I have measurement scale that you can see that how small that is. These lines, this is like centimeters, 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters, and 3, and 1 inch is like 2.5 in this distance. And then when we looked at my Phillips head screwdrivers, this head, we can see that how small it is. It is only like less than 1 millimeter. I believe that it is like 0.5 millimeter. It is really thin. And there is this idea, look. It is so thin, this screwdriver, and it is easy to check that how it works when I insert that my screwdriver in here, and then I need to press that down, and same time I rotate this in that way. This is the opening way. Look, this direction. In that way this opens. And I insert that in here, and when it is just right tool, it actually stands in here, in that way. This is good trick. Test. This is just suitable screwdriver for these screws, and then when I have like this bigger one, and if you do that standing test in here, like in that way, this drops right away. Then I have flathead screwdriver. Can I insert that in here in this way? No, it also drops. And then I have some other. How about then this one? This is quite okay. Oh yes, I had 2. And this is also Phillips head screwdriver. Interesting. Okay, but this is the trick, that choose right tool, and then I open these 4 screws, and this is critical thing. If you use some other tool, then you can damage this thing, and then remember, this remote key is extremely expensive. This key cost about 300 US dollars. 300, and do not damage this because it is very expensive part. 300 US dollars or euros, and much more Japanese yens. Okay, and now these screws are in here, and then we can look what they looks. They are in that one, and if we lost these, then we have to go to visit in Toyota dealership center, because these are just specific screws. And now we are in almost in win, and final step is that Toyota, they have made in here really accurate cover, and there is trick that there is this line in here, and now I need new flathead screwdriver, like in that head, look, that kind of screwdriver what fits just in here. And there is idea that I insert this my screwdriver in here, and then I only bend in that way, or actually a little bit in here, and then I rotate that this head moves like in this way, in that way. And then when I insert that in here, and then when I a little bit bend that, this cover opens normally quite easily. And then there is also in Toyota way, there is hint that if we have lost our battery, there is this batteries type CR2032, and then of course when we go to visit in Walmart, we need to look that Duracell 2 is this CR2032. Okay, and then there is also important hint that this battery goes so that this plus symbol is up. Look, this is mandatory. If we insert that battery in wrong way, then our remote key don't work. And then look also, Toyota, they have made in here this rubber gasket, that this is quite durable against water. And then next step, this is difficult part. And this is why I said that this remote keys open process is difficult, because this battery is so tight that now I need to open that battery so that when we look at battery, there is this black, this area, this like a keeping point, and here is none. And then we know that this is this opening area. And this battery is so stuck that I can't take that in this way away, because it's so stuck. And that's, I need something sharp pike, and now I have in here one screwdriver, where is really thin flathead, this head, look. It is so thin. It is almost like nail. It is so small thing, and then if we look at bigger Phillips head screwdriver, this is too big, because idea is to insert that in between in here and then bend. And if we use so big tool like this one, then we damage and we broke this our remote key. And that's again, when we go to purchase screwdrivers, we need to look that we have thin flathead screw or then very thin nail. And the idea is to insert this head between the battery and then this cover area in that way, and little bit press that in and then little bit carefully bend in that way. And then suddenly this battery pops out in this way. But this is difficult thing. If you have bad tools, like I can show that if you have only that kind of big screwdriver, and then when you try to insert that in here, it is almost impossible to take this battery out, and also you damage and you broken this your key. And remember, this key is really expensive. This cost 300 US dollars. And if you have lost that, you can go to visit in the Toyota dealership center, and they will order to you this new Tokai Rika companies made remote control. Okay, but then in here, and I have this flathead, and then I saw that now I bend that, and now this battery opens. And now we are in middle way in this process. And then when we look at battery, and now there is important to check that when we purchase new battery, that there is this logo. It is similar than this old one, and it seems that Toyota use now Sony's batteries, what is good quality battery, and type is CL2034, and we purchase similar battery, or then this my favorite Duracell similar battery, where is this only Duracell logo in here. And then when we are planning to install our new battery in there, we take that battery in our hand and look that we insert this battery so that this shiny plate, it goes in down, and this other area where is text, it goes up, and then this battery goes only one way. Remember, it goes so that when here is this plastic cover and this area, we need to insert that our key in that position, and then this battery, it don't go in that way. No, it is in some other cars, but in Toyota you need to insert this battery in like 45 degree, like in this way, like flying down, and then you look that hey, there is this area, and it goes just directly in this direction, look. And then when it is in there, I start to insert that in down of this plastic cover, and now when it is in here, then I can start to press in that area. And we press that so only one finger, do not press too much, because there is small spring in here, that spring, and if we press that too much, then we damage these copper springs. And if you notice that your springs are totally down, then you need to little bit move these up, like in that way. But these are normally quite good if everything is fine. But please check that if you have issues, that are those metallic pins in that direction, what I have in here. They must be like little bit 45 degrees up in that way. Okay, and then I insert that my key, and then of course remember, be sure that your hands are clean, that no any oil or Coca-Cola or Pepsi in your hands, or no any sugar, and that do not eat donuts or anything, hamburger or Burger King, those fries, and insert in here, because if there is anything in here, and if this battery is clean, like dirty, then we might have electric issues, and this remote control is not working. And now I insert that in 45, and then I press in smoothly in here, and then idea is to press with one finger so that this battery is like little bit in down, look, that way that it is down, and then we take that Toyota's cover, and this cover, there is pressing area in here, and this cover goes only one way. There is also a possibility to do installation this accident, and if I insert that in this way, and actually this is nicely, because we can install that in any way, good, because there is this line, okay, and we can install that in any way in here, and then we only check that are those holes in position, good, and then I take my these screws, and I insert these carefully, look, and they goes in that way that this sharp thing down and this flat head up, and we insert all of these grooves first in that way, and in that way in here, and then I take my screwdriver, and remember Phillips head just suitable, and then I start to rotate, and carefully, and do not tight and fasten these screws too much, because they are so weak. Only like 2 fingers, look, 2 fingers, small movement, and so long then this screwdriver moves.